Surah Al-A'raf, Ayah 54, please. Surah Al-A'raf, page 157. Surah Al-A'raf, page 157, Ayah 54. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين وعلى الصفوة الخيرة من صحابته الميامين ومن تبعهم بإحسان وإيمان إلى يوم الدين. Let's recite together, please. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن ربكم الله الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام ثم استوى على العرش يغشي الليل النهار يطلبه حثيثا والشمس والقمر والنجوم مسخرات بأمره ألا له الخلق والأمر تبارك الله رب العالمين. ادعوا ربكم تضرعا وخفية إنه لا يحب المعتدين ولا تفسدوا في الأرض بعد إصلاحها وادعوه خوفا وطمعا إن رحمة الله قريب من المحسنين. صدق الله العلي العظيم. إن ربكم الله الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام. If you remember, we mentioned this very important question, that why Allah, with all His might and power, why it took Him 6 days to create the universe? Couldn't He create them in 1 second? He Himself says about His power, إنما أمره, if He decides to do something, إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون. Allah does not need to design something and then go to the city and submit his plan and get permission and wait, until they do some adjustments, and then whenever He wants to create anything in this universe, it takes Him less than a second. Kun, He says, be it, and it becomes. It gets created instantly. So why it took Him 6 days? Such a Lord, such omnipotent Lord, why it took Him 6 days to build the heaven and the earth? 2 answers. Remember the answer last week? Inshallah, you remember it. I know with the election season sometimes it's hard to concentrate, especially when you hear the candidates, lying, lies after lies and false promises. You get confused sometimes. They disturb our mind. But the first reason was because in every stage of His creation there is a lesson and there is an evidence and there is a proof for us. Proof about His power, His might, His omnipotence, that He is able. There is a wonder in every stage of His creation. And if He creates it in one strike, we would not pay attention to His greatness. And I gave this example, if you remember. Last week, I said, how many years it takes our children to go to school? How many years? An average of 12 years. Now imagine if they want to do all these studies of 12 years in 1 year. Would they be able to do that? It's very difficult. They would not learn. If you compress the knowledge in 1 year, then it would be very hard for them to grasp it. And above that, they would never appreciate the effort they put during these 12 years. They would not respect it. They would not even understand it. They have to go through 12 years of hard working. They wake up in the morning. They don't like to go to school. They get dressed. The mother take them to the school. They don't want to do homework. 12 years they have to go. And then in order for them to appreciate the value of knowledge and ilm and learning. But if it happens in 1 year, they would never appreciate that. They would never even pay attention to it or value it. Therefore, it takes them 12 years. Scientists, they call it the 6 epochs of evolution, 6 stages. Even scientists, they believe that the universe was created in 6 different phases and stages. Another example. If you see a mansion, a beautiful mansion, huge mansion, and they tell you the builder, he finished this mansion in 1 week. This huge, big mansion is constructed only in 1 week. Would you be willing to buy it if you have the money? You would say something wrong here. 1 week? You build a huge mansion 1 week? It takes you 1 month to build a small room or bathroom. Maybe something wrong here. It has to take its own course, natural course to be built. If things happen suddenly, then there is something wrong there. You would not buy that house, that mansion. So this is a lesson for us. Allah is able to build them in 1 second. It's not impossible or difficult for Him. It's not. But this is a lesson for us, that it has to go through what stages. Or if the mothers, as soon as they get conceived with the baby, they get pregnant, the following week, why should they wait 9 months? Allah is able to make the baby, develop this baby, the stages of production, in 9 days rather than 9 months. But Allah says no. It has to take its own time. Again, the mother has to be prepared for the baby. She needs the 9 months for her psychological and emotional preparedness. If the mother conceives tonight and 9 days later she has a baby, mashallah, this big, especially with the hormones nowadays, babies are 5 kilos, mashallah, then she will be in big trouble. She doesn't know how to handle him or handle her. So she needs to prepare herself. She needs to take her time. And in every stage of this production, there is a lesson for us to learn. We see the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in every stage and every level. The same thing for the universe. سوالی که بعضیا خیلی ها میپرسن که چرا این جهان خداوند، چرا این جهان بزرگ را خداوند که قادر هست و توانا هست، چرا در 1 لحظه، در 1 ثانیه نیافرید؟ علتش خیلی معلومه. اگر آفرینش این جهان در یه لحظه یا یک ساعت بود، ما کمتر متوجه می شدیم به عظمت خدا و قدرت خداوند، کمتر متوجه می شدیم. ولی وقتی که طول کشید ما بعدم میاییم سر این مراحل میستیم و اینا را بررسی میکنیم و عظمت خدا را میشناسیم و درک میکنیم. The second reason, my friends, the second reason is, again, it's a lesson for us. Allah did not create the universe in one stage or at once, in 1 second. What is the other lesson for me and you? To have patience. That things do not happen overnight. Success, prosperity, victory is not created in one night. You have to work, you have to struggle. Thus Allah says, إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. Usr, difficulty. With difficulty comes ease, not without difficulty. You have to suffer, you have to work, you have to be patient, you have to wait. You have to wait until you achieve something. If you just push the button and then you can get $1 million, then why should I work? Why should I sacrifice? Why should I give my time? And why should I go to school and learn? I can bring money. Allah says, push this button, pop, 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 the money, just like Vegas, you know, the machines in Vegas. You become a millionaire in one minute. Allah says, no, I want you to learn. I want you to struggle. I want the student to go to school for so many years in order for him or her to graduate. I want the laborer to go for so many days to his work, to his job, in order for him to get his money, his wage, his salary, and bring food for his family. I want the farmer to struggle with his farm for so many months. Then the season of harvest arrives, so he can look at his harvest and his product, and then he will smile. He will be happy. We have to work, friends. We have to struggle. And we have to be patient. Slowly but surely, things will happen. Allah says, look at me. I was able to create the universe in 1 minute. I didn't do that. There is a hikmah. There is a reason in that. There is a reason. I want people to learn to be patient. You cannot achieve your goals. Today, you open a business and tomorrow you become a millionaire. That never happens. You have to lose. Maybe the first year you lose, you don't make money. The second year you start slowly. The third, maybe after 10 years. And in that, there is a protection for us too. Protection against what? Tell me. Against what? In not becoming rich overnight, there is a protection. Ahsant. It's a protection against arrogance. Because if a person has no money and suddenly he wakes up in the morning and he has lots of money, he doesn't know how to deal with that money. He gets shocked. You know, many people, when they have no money and suddenly they tell them you are a millionaire, you know, first, before they take them to get the money of the lottery, they take them where first? Emergency room, and sometimes where? Psychologist. Because he doesn't know what to do with that money. He doesn't know whether to divorce his wife tonight or tomorrow so he can marry the one that he loves. How to run from the family, how to buy this and to buy that and to do this and to... Allah says, no, I don't want you to be a millionaire overnight. I want you to struggle. Because we grow. The idea of development and growth. Development and growth has to be slowly. It has to take its own course. This is a lesson for us. A lesson for us. آفرینش این جهان در 6 روز یه درسیه برای ما که ما هم باید صبر داشته باشیم. بعضیا میخوان فوراً میان امروز از فلان کشور اومده میخواد فردا میلیونر بشه در آمریکا. میخواد نمیدونم جهان را تصرف بیاره، میخواد این کار بکنه، اون کار، پیروز بشه، فلان. نمیشه، دنیا اینجوری نمیشه. باید تحمل کنیم دوستان، باید صبر و تحمل داشته باشیم در این دنیا. Then after that, look at the Quran please. When you look into the Quran, you are strengthening your vision. The hadith says, the more you look into the verses of the Quran, you are strengthening your eyes and your vision. برای تقویت بصر و چشم حدیث میگه که بیشتر نگاه کنید به قرآن. هرچی که بیشتر نگاه میکنید به قرآن، چشمتون، چی میگن چشم یا بله؟ نه، نورانی چی میگن؟ چشم یا بصر یا بله، دیدتون بیشتر نورانی میشه. میدونید حالا چرا ما خیلی ها از جمله من عینک داریم؟ چون از بسکی که به این مجلات و این چیزا نگاه میکنیم، قرآن که نمیخونیم و نمیبینیم، چشم ما به چیزهای دیگری میفته، لذا چشم ضعیف میشه دیگه. ولی انشالله هر چی که قرآن بیشتر بخونید و نگاه کنیدم به قرآن، وقت خوندن باید نگاه کنید که انشالله چشمتون قوی باشه انشالله. ثم ان ربكم الله الذي خلق السماوات والارض في 6 ايام ثم استوى على العرش. After the creation, he established himself on the throne. استوى, established himself on the throne. Kings and monarchs, they sit on the throne. جلس على العرش. Allah says ثم استوى على العرش. استوى على العرش, referring to what? It's a metaphor. This is an example, a metaphor. This is not literal meaning. Allah does not have arsh or seat to take a seat just like me and you sitting. No. Allah does not have a physical entity. He doesn't have a physical entity. Then what does it mean ثم استوى على العرش? What does it mean? بعد از اینکه آفرینش را، بعد از آفرینش این جهان هستی، چه کار کرد خداوند؟ بعد از اون چی شد؟ مرحله بعد از اون ثم استوى على العرش معنیش چیه دوستان؟ یعنی فرمان رهبری را به دست گرفت دیگه. He is in charge now. He is in charge of this universe. This is a metaphor that he did not only create and he said, now I am tired, I have to get some rest. People, you take care of this universe. You run it yourself. He never said this. He said, I am in charge. I create and I maintain. See, sometimes we create things but we don't maintain them. Sometimes we produce children, we make children, fathers and mothers, but we throw them in the street. We don't maintain them, we don't teach them, we don't raise them, we don't pay attention to them, we don't spend time with them. Do you think that those children are going to be good children? No. We're going to lose. Not only they going to lose, we, the mothers and the fathers, are going to lose too. We have to maintain them. Allah says, it is my responsibility to create, and after creation I have to maintain and protect. ثم استوى على العرش. The seat of government. Arsh here means the seat of government, governing and controlling this universe. So, not only creation. In Islam we believe that Allah is the creator. What is the name of the creator in Arabic in the Quran? Khaliq. And something else. Is he only Khaliq, period? Or something else? Huh? He is Khaliq and what else? Nurturer, which is what in the Quran? Mudabbir or Rabb. Rabb from Tarbiyah, taking care, guarding, raising, Tarbiyah. Mudabbir is in control. So he creates and he maintains and he takes care of of his kingdom here. He does not leave them. This is why some people, they have always fear that I might die, something happens to me, my family will be left with no food, with no shelter. You are not the one. You are not the one who is sustaining the family. There is a sustainer there. You are only the agent working for him. The breadwinner, be it a father or a mother, are only agents. They are not the original sustainers. They are not the original. The original sustainer is whom? Is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are only agents. Allah says today you are the agent, the father. Tomorrow if you are not there, there is another agent. Your kids are not going to be left out with no food. I am taking care of them. نَحْنُ نَرْزُقُكُمْ. Allah says in the Quran, the Arabs, they used to kill their children before Islam. Why they killed their children? Why they killed them? For the fear of what? Poverty. For the fear of poverty and deprivation, they would kill their children. Allah says, وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَوْلَادَكُمْ خَشْيَةَ إِمْلَاقٍ نَحْنُ نَرْزُقُهُمْ وَإِيَّاكُمْ إِنَّ قَتْلَهُمْ كَانَ خِطْئًا كَبِيرًا. Do not murder your kids. Infanticide. Don't kill them for the fear of I don't have money, I don't have job, how can I give them food? Don't do that. It is we referring to him, نحن نرزقهم. It is we who are sustaining them. And with them we are sustaining you too, the parents. We give, because of your kids, we give them and we give you too. Don't be worried about that. Put your trust in Allah. Today, as long as fathers and mothers, they exist, they have to work hard to protect their children. If something happens to us tomorrow, there is the big father. He doesn't die. He is there. He would not leave them alone. So do not be worried. Islam says, work hard, but don't be worried about the future. Leave the future for Allah. Allah will take care of them. Therefore, here, ثم استوى على العرش. In Ayat al-Kursi, inshallah you all memorize Ayat al-Kursi. Verse 255 in Surah Al-Baqarah. Allahu la ilaha illa huwal hayyul qayyum. این آیه را همونطور که شما سوره حمد را انشالله حفظ کردید و سوره قل هو الله احد، باید این آیت الکرسی را هم حفظ کنید. البته باید خیلی از آیه ها و سوره های قرآن حفظ کنیم، ولی خب دیگه فایده نداره، داریم این حرف 17 سال میگیم فایده نداره. حالا فقط میگیم آیت الکرسی بالاخره به درد میخوره. در حدیث آمده برای حفظ خودتون، جانتون و خانوادهتون و بزنستون و خانهتون و ماشینتون و چیزایی که دارید، صبح وقتی که از خواب بیدار میشید آیت الکرسی رو بخوانید. از خونه میخواهید بیایید بیرون، یه دفعه بخوانید. یه دفعه قبل از اینکه رادیو رو روشن کنیم و سی دی نمیدونم ترانه فلان و فلان، الان عید نوروز دیگه ماشاءالله موسیقی حلال شده دیگه روزهای عید نوروز، قبل از اینکه گوش بدید به این موسیقی و به اینا، یه آیت الکرسی رو بخوانید. خداوند یک فرشته رو میفرستد برای محافظت، پاسداری از شما. یه دفعه آیت الکرسی رو بخوانید حداقل. خیلی هم آسونه، حفظ کردنش آسونه. What is the difference between Al-Arsh and Al-Kursi? Here Allah says ثم استوى على العرش. He established himself on the throne. Arsh means throne. Kursi means what? Seat. So why Allah sometimes say Arsh and sometimes He says Kursi? What is the difference between Arsh and Kursi? They are the same? Are they the same? If they are the same, then why using two terms? There is no need. Quran does not have anything extra in it. When He uses another word, it means there is another meaning in it. So Arsh refers to the throne. and Allah establishes himself on the throne. The same thing with kursi. Kursi means the throne, the seat. But why here he says arsh and there he says kursi? What's the difference between them? Huh? There is a difference. Ulama, they say kursi in Ayat al-Kursi, in Surah al-Baqarah, refers to the material and the physical world. He is in control of it. Things that we see. But is this the entire world around us? Things that we see? Huh? This is only 5% of the universe. 95% of the universe we don't see. There are many things with us right now here in this room, we don't see them. One of them is what? The air. Air that you breathe every second, you need it. Do you see it? You don't see it. And somebody said jinn. But good jinn, inshallah. They are, hopefully they did the salat with us and dua kumail, inshallah. So they are good. Don't worry about them. So there are many things and more than jinn, but not here inside the masjid. Outside, the shaitans also are surrounding us. We don't see these things. Angels, we don't see them. There are angels. Definitely there are. But nobody said. I know some people refer to his wife as angel, but this is a metaphor. But we don't see the real angels. We don't see them, but they do exist. Now, Al-Kursi is a reference to the material world, the material dimension, physical dimension. Al-Arsh is a reference for what? Huh? We have physical and we have what? Metaphysical. Above the physical. The spiritual, things that we don't see with this eye. We don't see it. So he's in charge of both the physical and the metaphysical. The Kursi is reference to the physical, and the Arsh is reference to what? The metaphysical, the spiritual realm of this universe. The spiritual dimension of this universe. ثم استوى على العرش يغشي الليل النهار يطلبه حثيثا. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking about the movement of the day and the night. Now it is night here, but is it night everywhere now? No, only 1/3 or less than 1/3 of the earth. Less than 1/3. 2/3 of the earth, they have the day now. يطلبه حثيثا يغشي الليل النهار. He draws the night as a veil, as a cover on the day. The night as a veil over the day. Each seeking other in rapid succession. Day and night are chasing each other, one after the other. One comes after the other immediately. يغشي الليل النهار يطلبه حثيثا والشمس والقمر والنجوم مسخرات بأمره. The sun, the moon and the stars are what? Governed by his law, under his command. Some people believe that this is the mother nature. God has nothing to do with that. It is God who created mother nature. God who is in control of this universe. It's all under his command and his control. وَالنُّجُومَ مُسَخَّرَاتٌ بِأَمْرِهِ. Then Allah says, أَلَا لَهُ الْخَلْقُ وَالْأَمْرُ. It is to him the khalq, the creation and the command. The creation and the command. See, this is very important here. أَلَا لَهُ الْخَلْقُ وَالْأَمْرُ. یعنی فقط تنها آفرینش نیست که از خداست. بعد از آفرینش چی میاد دوستان و عزیزان؟ رهبری این جهان، حکومت این جهانم اونم نزد خداست. اونم مأموریتش و اونم در قبضه خداست. ألا له الخلق والأمر. What is خلق and what is أمر? خلق is the first creation. خلق is first creation. But أمر is what? Exactly. The continuation of the creation. The continuation. The creation does not stop. Even now, me and you, now this very second, we are reproducing. Inside me and inside you there are cells who are being consumed and burnt, and instead of them there are many others who come and replace them. Now, right now here. So your creation has not ended. We are still in the process of being made. Until death. Until death we need this process. The process of reproduction. Reproduction. They say in the human brain there are 15 billion cells. 15 billion cells. I don't know whether it's for all humans or a few of them. Sometimes I doubt, When you see some people, you think that they have only 15, not 15 billion, But they say this is the average. This is the average, 15 billion. Some of them are many of them are being consumed. They are being consumed. They go away. They don't stay. But then they are reproduced again. Replaced. ألا له الخلق. Khalq is the initial creation. Amr is the continuation of the creation. Also the continuation of the creation belongs to Allah. Because some philosophers, they say, we agree and we accept that Allah's discretion and Allah's command is only on the first creation. He produced only the first creation. After that he resigned. He has nothing to do with the development after that. Allah says, I have lots to do with the development and the growth. Not only the first creation, but also the continuation. I am also responsible for it. Khalq and Amr. The creation and the commands are running, creating the laws and the regulations for this universe, including us. بعضی از افراد میگن دیانت و دین و اسلام و مذهب اینا فقط برای نماز و روزه و ایناست دیگه، نباید دین بیاد در اقتصاد دخالت کنه، در زندگی مردم، معاملات مردم دخالت کنه. این دیگه کار خدا نیست دیگه، کار خود مردمه. خداوند میفرماید الا له الخلق والامر. هم آفرینش مال خداست، از اوست، و هم مسئله امر و حکومت اونم از اوست، از خدا باید بیاد. Then after that, تبارك الله رب العالمين. The word تبارك is used. تبارك means blessed, from baraka, and baraka is what? Blessing. In everything Allah does, there is a blessing. Sometimes we do things that has no blessings. No blessings. We work sometimes, we produce, we move, we visit, we eat, we travel, we build, but it has no blessings. Sometimes people, they work hard, but they gain nothing. Because there is a reason for that. We have a hadith that says if you establish a business, your own business, small business, from a money that does not belong to you, stolen money, you take the money from someone and you want to do business with it, there shall be no barakah, no blessing in that money. That business is not going to be for you. It is going to be against you. You're going to lose. Some people say, why I'm losing? I'm a smart person, but I'm losing. You have to search and find why. You have done something. There is a secret there. In some of the businesses, Allah says there is no blessing in them. Such as what? Such as alcohol. And also we have another hadith that says, a person comes to Rasulullah. He says, Ya Rasulullah, I have I know nothing except music. أضرب بالدف, drums. And Allah made me receive my rizq and my sustenance from playing music and doing drums. The Prophet said, كذبت, you are a liar. Allah did not shut the doors in your face and said, only you have to do this to make some money. Why don't you do something else? There is no barakah in this. In your business there is no barakah. Don't waste your time. This is why one of the akhlaq and manners of business first is to see whether this is halal or haram. Not only how much money I'm going to make, whether there is a barakah in this money or there is no barakah. And if there is no barakah, we will be in big trouble. It would reflect not only on us, on our children also, on the food that we give to our children. Tabarakallahu Rabbul Alameen. But in everything that Allah does, in every business of His own affairs, there is a blessing. Tabarakallahu Rabbul Alameen. Let me conclude here. Look at 55, verse 55. ادعوا ربكم تضرعا وخفية إنه لا يحب المعتدين. Call upon your Lord, ربكم. Rabb, what is the meaning of Rabb? The nurturer, not only the creator, the nurturer. ادعوا ربكم تضرعا وخفية. تضرعا in humility and خفية in private. In private. پروردگار خود را آیه 55 میفرماید پروردگار خود را از روی تضرع و در پنهانی خفیه در پنهانی بخوانید و اگرم میخواهید دعاتون قبول بشه ببینید اون شرط بعدی چیه بعد از اون انه لا يحب المعتدین و از تجاوز دست بردارید که او متجاوزان را دوست ندارد. معنیش چیه؟ این ربطی داره، اول آیه با آخر آیه ربط داره. یعنی اگر ما میخوایم تجاوزگر باشیم دعای ما آیا مستجاب میشه یا نمیشه؟ برای همین دیگه دعای مسلمان ها مستجاب نمیشه. وقتی که تو بازار حقوق همدیگر رو حفظ نمی کنیم، تجاوز می کنیم به حریم دیگران، دعا دیگه مستجاب نمیشه. خداوند به حضرت موسی فرمود، حضرت موسی رفته بود کوه طور با خدا صحبت میکرد. خداوند فرمود ای موسی وقتی که برمیگردی به قوم خودت به اینها بگو، اینهایی که حرام میخورن شکمشون پر از پول حرام هست به این میگن سحت. در اسلام پول حرام بهش میگن سحت. قل لظلمة بني اسرائیل لا تدعوني والسحت في بطونكم. بگید به این تجاوزگران بنی اسرائیل منو دعا نکنید، اصلا دستتو نبر به طرف آسمان مادامی که پول حرام در شکمتون هست، دعاتون مستجاب نخواهد بود. نمیشود. دعا باید از دل پاک. وقتی که از دل پاک، شکم پاک که چیزی توش از خون پاک که هیچ یک از جزئیاتش حرام نداره، همش پاک باشه، دعا اون وقت مستجاب میشه. اما وقتی که یه مقدار از خوراک ما، زندگی ما، لباس ما، فرش ما، خانه ما، پولهایی که متعلق به ما نیست، پول تجاوز و حیله و دزدی و نمیدونم از این چیزا توش هست، اینا دیگه اثر میذاره روی دعای ما، دیگه دعای ما مستجاب نمیشود. لا تدعوني والسحت في بطونكم. We have to purify the food that we eat, my friends. It's very important that your food is halal, your income is halal. The source of money that you have is halal. When you take a loan from someone, give it back to him. Don't keep it. Some people, let's say they take a loan and then they have the money and they have the ability to return it, but they keep it. This is in the bazaar always, mashallah. They give you a check But they tell you 10 months from now. Why 10 months? It's a due now. It's a due now. When there is a laborer who's working for you, you hired a person who's working for you. When he finishes his job, give him the money the first day, the same day. Do not delay it. فردی میارید منزلتون، داره برای شما کار میکنه، حالا یا در منزل یا در کارخانه یا دفترتون. این پولی که باید بهش بدید در همون روز باید بهش بدید. نذارید برای هفته بعد و ماه بعد. نذارید. این اخلاق اسلام نیست. این تجاوز به دیگران. اگر شما پول رو در دست دارید و باید به اون شخص بدید، همون شب بهش بدید. نرید بذارید بره خونش با زن و بچهش در حالی که کار کرده، 2-3 روز کار کرده، من بهش پول ندادم، انشالله ماه بعد به شما میدیم. جایز نیست. به این میگن تجاوز. به این میگن تجاوز. و دعا و نماز همچین شخصی مستجاب نخواهد شد و قبولم نمیشود. ما بعضیا داریم نماز میخونن، نماز شبم میخورن، ولی در بازار مثل دزد عمل میکنن. دزدن اصلا واقعا. خب این چه به درد میخوره؟ این نماز شب دیگه به درد میخوره؟ میزنن به کله اون شخص. در حدیث هست این نماز وقتی که میره بالا جمعش میکنن، میفرستن مثل توپ، میاد تو کله اون شخص میخوره. چه نمازی این؟ نمازی که ما داریم به مردم ظلم میکنیم، حقوق مردم رو تجاوز میکنیم، به حقوق مردم رو میخوریم، بعدش ما میگیم ای خدا وقد اتیتک یا الهی بعد تقصیری و از این چیزا. باید خودمون رو عوض کنیم عزیزان. باید خودمون رو مسلمان واقعی بشیم، مسلمان ظاهری نشیم. این بدبختی هایی که ما الان در ممالک اسلامی میبینیم چون مردم واقعا مسلمان حقیقی نیستن. در ظاهر مسلمانن ولی در خانواده، روابط خانوادگی، در کوچه و بازار، در خرید و فروش همش تقلب و همش دروغ. چه مسلمانیه این؟ چه دینیه؟ Therefore ادعوا ربكم تضرعا وخفية. My friends, dua has adab الدعاء, the manners of dua. Adab. If you want Allah to listen to you, you have to preserve the adab, the manners. You have to know how to speak to him. How to speak to him. Number one, تضرعا, not with arrogance. Never speak with Allah with arrogance. Never. Never say to Allah, listen, if you want to give me, okay. If you don't want to give me, it's okay too. I don't need you. This is arrogance. Say to Allah what you should say to him. You should say, أَمَّنْ يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَ. I am distressed. If you don't give me, I have no one there to give me. I know nobody else. I only know you. Don't send me somewhere else. This is how we have to pray. تضرعا, with a humility. With a humility. Not with arrogance. تضرعا. And then after that, after تضرعا, see sometimes I see some students, the way they act with their teacher. A teacher who spent only 1 year with them, 2 years. The way they act before their teachers as if they are his slaves. His slaves. This is how they act in the front of their teacher, who just taught them for 1 year. They become his slaves. من علمني حرفا صيرني عبدا. The one who teaches me one harf, one letter, makes me his slave. Now imagine Allah, who is not only teacher, He's a provider, He's a creator, He's sustainer, He's forgiving, He's compassionate, He's loving, He's merciful, and He gives us everything we need. Shouldn't we be humble before Him? Humble. The main result, my friends, the main result of you being mutadayin and good Muslim is what? The main product of it, the main feature of it is tawadu, humility. Humility, staying away from arrogance. Ud'u rabbakum tadarru'an. The second, what is the second condition of dua? The acceptance of dua. Wa khufyatan. Try to avoid showing off. Don't do this with Allah. If you want to make yourself rich in front of people, it's okay. With people, it's okay. Some people always try to put good face that I am the richest. He's a broke, he has nothing. But he just wants the people to say, wow, he's rich. Look at his car, look at his house. If you want to do this with people, do it. But don't do this with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because Allah knows you. We cannot cheat on Him. We cannot, pretend that we are something while we are something else. Allah knows us. He knows inside and outside. So why should I show off before Him? In your ibadah, in your worshipping, do not show off before your Lord. Be genuine. Be sincere. We have to have ikhlas in our worshipping. Ud'u rabbakum tadarru'an wa khufyah, in a private. Staying away from ostentation. Showing the people that look at my salat and look at my charity and look at my fasting and look at my tahajjud and look at my hajj. Why do you do this with Allah? If we want Allah to accept our deeds, we have to be sincere with Him. We have to be private. Sometimes let's do something that only He knows. Why should my family know about it? Why? Are they the one who are giving me and sustaining me and helping me? It's Him. It's not my friends and my community. It's my Lord. Do it in secret. Do your business with Him in top secrecy. Confidential. Only between you and Him. ادعوا ربكم تضرعا وخفية إنه لا يحب المعتدين. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات. تابع اللهم بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات إنك مجيب الدعوات إنك غافر الخطيئات. Tomorrow Salatul Jum'ah inshallah at 12 and the youth session at 8 p.m. and I am going to be in the youth session inshallah ta'ala. وإلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات ثواب الفاتحة مع الصلوات. اللهم صل على